everyone. Welcome. My camera's freaking out. Hold on. Hey everyone, welcome to E3. E3 Day 0 actually hasn't started yet. I am not going to be doing shots today because I have to drive somewhere in a couple of hours. So there we go. Hi everybody. So today's a sober day, but there's also only 2 events today. So it's a lighter day.
To sit down with Todd Hollinshead and talk all about
Painkiller's coming up next. Painkiller. So
all right, you saw the news yesterday.
oh, okay. This
yes,
is why Todd's segment was so short.
Joining me now to
because it got
give
cut
us a few more details.
to Koch Media's presentation.
Kind of a fresh project.
What events are coming up today? We have the Koch Media premiere showcase, which is what we're watching now. And in an hour from now, IGN is going to have a game showcase. And that's it for today.
You and I are both
you like the Tribeca Indie Showcase? Yeah, I missed that one.
Was it probably 15?
Was going out and having a nice breakfast with Stephanie.
You know, closer to 2 decades than 1.
I will check up on that though.
All right,
Dr. Sinoir, hello.
Games. Let me ask you from a
thank you for the resub.
Time Matter perspective. You know,
also I saw your tweet about the
like me all
Eclipse.
Those years, and we remember that game. Why was this a franchise?
Billy's not in the range.
Wanted to sort of bring back.
No bong rips instead of shot?
You know,
again, I told you I have to drive somewhere. I'm getting a haircut in a couple hours
this was
here.
A game that had, you know, it was dark, a little twisted, intense, cool guns. These are the things that
Painkiller is jokerized. It is a jokerized game
in a video game. Both as, you know, as
it also was like one of those games that was coming out right on the verge of those games not getting made anymore.
We're hoping to capture those same
people
sort of
stopped making dumb, fun shooters like exactly in the mid-aughts.
You guys are
what is Painkiller?
It
is an arcade shooter that came out in like 2005 or 6,
Painkiller,
and it was a dude, a cool dude in a leather jacket gets in a car crash and goes to hell. And while he's in hell, he has to shoot demons and win hell wars for hell people.
What do you
just had it had like huge, it had big levels and a ridiculous music. It was fun. It was just dumb fun. And like in the mid-aughts, that's exactly what no one was making. That was when games were finally art, and everyone was making big, like arty movie-type games. So I really liked it because kind of like Demon's Souls went against the grain and made a mechanics failure-focused game in the middle of Gen 7. That's essentially what Painkiller was. It was a PC-ass shooter when no one was making those anymore.
You know, it's sort of like the primordial soup of
unlike Demon's Souls, it did not prove that there was a market for that, but it did kind of limp along, the Painkiller series.
Video games, you know, you start with Pixel 0.
I miss the mid-2000s bombast. I kind of do too.
You know, that kind of resonates with hopefully the
it does remind me of like 80s film. Of like we have this new tech and
our partnership, but
like post Star Wars, everyone was sort of enamored with primal storytelling.
Yeah, no, it sounds like they have a lot of games,
fairy tales and stuff like that.
Bringing back Painkiller is really exciting, and I know, you know, fans of course want to know a little bit about, you know.
Yes, fan. The Painkiller fan wants to know.
Probably can't share a lot of
tell me, Todd.
About it, but
Vic, thank you for the resub.
Stages of development.
Checking out the unbeatable demo last night. Seems very you. Is that the Superman game?
I'd probably get assassinated for back home once I get back to the developer, because, you know, all these, you know, the first stuff that comes out almost always gets sort of iterated on and changed, and so we're trying to
too early. Got it.
The lid on the details.
Oh, anime rhythm game.
Have something that's going to be really awesome to show.
All right, well, we'll be waiting for it, and we know with you involved, it's going to be something very special, fast-paced action, I have no doubt. So, new Painkiller coming soon from the team.
I saw. Okay, yeah.
Published by.
I saw this yesterday.
Thanks, Jeff.
And I was like, okay, so there's really nothing to show for
I
Painkiller.
really can't wait to hear more about Painkiller. The fact that Todd and Tim.
I thought it was No Straight Roads for a second, but then I was like, no. I think I saw the Kickstarter for that, and it looks awesome. I'm really excited for that.
So, you know, exciting stuff in that sizzle reel, Painkiller, Payday, but I
missed the
know
sizzle.
There's
Wait.
a lot more we're here to talk about today as well, right, Opal?
I think they already showed the sizzle reel yesterday.
Right at this minute.
Cool.
We're so excited to show you guys what us and the
okay, so Koch Media, which I think included THQ Nordic, is rebranding to Prime Matter.
That some of this is pre-alpha,
which is a good idea because Koch Brothers has a pretty bad rep
is about to release right around the corner
in the United States.
Please keep that in mind when you're viewing today's show.
Maybe they have no link to THQ Nordic.
That being said, How do you guys feel about a psychedelic third-person
Okay, it's
survival
Deep
horror
Silver.
set on what
And
it means
Volition.
to go on a journey about
Okay.
self-enlightenment and what happens when it all goes
And Flying
wrong?
Wild Hog. Okay.
I got
Free
to
Radical.
speak with the developers of the Chant work in progress title about their game and who they are.
Our game is about a group of people who go to a spiritual retreat to.
I feel
seek
bad
enlightenment,
linking them to THQ
and,
Nordic
they
so
basically get a
thoroughly.
little more
Then
than
yeah,
they
they're
bargained
completely
for.
different.
And your character has to deal with her own personal issues as well as the cosmic terrors that become awakened.
They're both in Austria, and I think maybe that's where my connection was coming
It's a bit
from.
hard to pin down with the with all the different influences and styles of gameplay, but I'd say we're probably a survival action horror game.
I think they're pretty cozy, but they are.
Cool. And what was the
They are different.
what was the thinking behind?
I gotta
that
do a little more
genre?
reading.
Is it something that you guys like, or is it just it came left field? What's your decision behind that?
Oh, am I doing all right? Saw some
we
bruises
always,
around your eyes and on your arm in a new Inside Games
wanted to
video.
make a horror
Oh,
game.
so that
our
I'm doing
big
fine.
Part of our core team have
the arm is from wrestling. I don't know where the eyes came from because yeah, I do have these like yellowy patches around my eyes
really
now.
Wanted to combine, action.
As far as I know, I'm not punching myself in the face, but
and we felt that
I don't know where that's
horror
coming
genre
from.
was a really exciting
Maybe something I'm eating.
space to take that background and play around with.
So, kind of
drinking game today? Not today. I have to drive in a bit.
It's not really like
And there
normally
were
what you
fewer
would
showcases
see,
today.
This whole spiritual
So,
awakening.
the
thing. So
opportunity
what
to
was
get
the
smashed is
idea behind
reduced.
that?
We thought it was just kind of an interesting territory to explore. There is, there's a lot of influence.
Yeah, I see that
from
there's
with,
a demo for
folklore of
Unbeatable.
the 70s and Giallo horror and so forth that really
check
really
that out.
inspired us more from
I
a
think
film
I
standpoint.
played this.
And
I think it was a
taking that kind of
I
aesthetic,
think there was a demo
something
in a
that was very
previous like
sensational,
demo
very colorful,
demo
and,
fest
mixing
or
it in
whatever.
with
Steam does those pretty frequently.
kind of more action-oriented and exploratory game mechanics. We felt was
Or they do
was a
nowadays,
fresh
which is
take on the
great.
horror space.
So, kind of
Too early to show anything, should be a shot whenever the next E3 stream is.
Video games, real
Yeah,
life
maybe.
media
They don't always say that,
inspired
though.
you to create this title.
Well, going way back.
Although I guess
Resident
truly
Evil,
what that means, if I were to
Resident
distill
Evil
it
2,
down,
one of my favorite games of all
little
time.
alcohol pun for you.
Alone in the Dark.
I think it would be
Eternal Darkness.
any game that's
A lot
announced,
of,
but
a lot of games
you
are
see no
very
gameplay.
inspirational to us. Our game actually started off as a game.
T
with
Wood, thank you for the
camera
sub.
angles and so forth, and then we over the course of development.
Fun demo. I'm terrible.
Really focusing
I'm
on,
terrible at rhythm games, but it was fun on
bringing more
beginner.
of
Good
an
tunes.
action element.
That's all that
to it.
matters.
We've since switched to an over-the-shoulder camera and have a
Annie
look back.
Banani,
So, kind of
thank you for
talking
the
about
prime
changes
and giving me the
what you
opportunity
guys
to say
are
your
doing
name
on
out
the
loud.
development
It was
side.
therapeutic.
How close is the game to like the original?
I need to turn on my
concept? I
streamer
understand
lights.
You guys are still developing. The game's quite far out, but from your original concept to where the game is now, how much has that differed?
The core story.
Just so you
and,
guys know,
I'd say
the
aesthetic
the
and
purple and
themes,
red
those are
mix,
all,
the
those
Twitch-
all remain intact.
the
I'd
core
say our
Twitch mix is called
gameplay,
Tropical Twilight.
As our team size grew,
Let it take you away.
we added.
It's the next game you're looking forward to. I finally secured a Series X, and I want a game to be excited
I'd say
about.
more action to the game. Our game actually has a fair amount of combat in it.
So, do you mean
especially on the
specifically
melee
like
side.
what looks really
Those were
tech,
things that weren't too
avant-garde, what is
prevalent
really
in our
kind of
original
breathtaking?
concept. And a lot of
If you have a
lot of those
Series
things are
X
just
and a
kind
good
of,
4K
based
TV,
on,
download Gears
we're a
5.
very small team. At first. We're
I
still
think
a
you might be
relatively
shocked at
small team, but,
what's there right
every new
now.
person that joins,
And
brings,
Forza Horizon 4.
brings something new to the mix. So I'd say on
Try
that
those two
end,
out. Those are
the game has evolved.
those are
in
real
scope
good
and,
on a good
depth of
TV.
gameplay.
Gears 5 especially.
kind of
Gears 5
Sticking on
is
that
a
point,
next
and
gen
you've got a
game.
small team,
Like it
there's a
feels
lot
like
of
it. Everything
challenges that
about it
comes with
screams
that.
like
What
there's
was the
particle
hardest
effects and
part
lighting
of
and
making the
tons of
game
different
so far?
environments and
The hardest part.
Gears
is
5 I think
probably
has been
making a
undersold
game
and
that's,
underappreciated. Anyway,
has more.
as far as
realistic
what's coming
production
out.
values, because that's where our background comes from.
Control is a great pick. Yeah, good
on a
call
smaller
with that.
scale and budget. So for us, we had to be
It's
very
tough.
strategic, utilizing Unreal.
I feel like I want to say Perfect Dark, but who knows what the tech in that game is going to be like.
Unreal. Previously, we had worked on more proprietary technology. And that's also
I don't know that it's worth holding your breath technically for Halo Infinite. Halo, I don't know. To me, Halo's never been a technological showcase.
We've been using photogrammetry.
Didn't Alana have a small role in Gears 5? Was it
for both our environments? All of our characters are also.
There was a Gears she was in. Rahul was in Gears 5. Yeah. I thought it was almost Gears 4 or something like that.
Big film industry, so really.
Oh, she was in 5. Okay.
Film and the effects industry.
Rahul is more of a. Oh, she's an NPC. Okay, yeah. Rahul is a full character.
Try to do things
and he's great
as efficiently as possible.
He's a fun little dickweed.
In the past, and also kind of how rich Vancouver is. How much does that come in handy when you're working on the game?
Oh, control can only do 30 FPS with ray tracing. Can it do 60 without?
Vancouver.
Yeah, I guess ray tracing is pretty important for that game.
A large portion of us work together.
Didn't Batista have something in Gears 5 too? Yeah, I mean Batista has become Marcus Phoenix. I'm pretty sure. Or a Phoenix.
The Coalition and EA.
They basically cast him as the lead, and I think you could swap out the character model.
Having the film industry here, where we can utilize local talent. We're working with union actors.
I'm looking it up now. I don't want to be wrong about this.
Scanning actors as well.
I feel like I've been wrong about a lot of stuff lately.
And we're actually currently auditioning a couple remaining characters for the game, and as well as doing the finishing touches on our new motion capture studio. So we're going to be doing a full cinematics push.
Yeah, mostly it's just all the headlines about Batista turning down roles to be in Gears.
Awesome. Sounds great. In terms of
he's his own character in Gears 5?
When it comes to this game, what are you most proud of at the minute where you are?
I think the thing I'm the most proud of is just what a small focused team can do when they're all sharing the same goal and vision. As I said earlier,
Robert,
we come from.
Why is this interview going on for so long?
Different backgrounds, but everyone's managed to come together and I
think it's
really,
trying to. It's a showcase more for the company than for the game. Because I think the games are all too early to show. Consider this it's a debut of the brand,
smaller team again,
and that's why it's interviews and stuff like that. This feels like it's more positioned for maybe not for investors so much, but just for brand awareness and establishing yourself in the landscape. Maybe for investors, but I think there's value in companies and being we just want people to know who we are and what we're about. It can be that simple.
Publisher like Koch, and also
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
New label.
It's truly an exciting.
What are we watching? It's the Koch Media
pushing our game as far as we could.
Koch Media showcase.
This partnership is really helping to.
You may be thinking, who are they?
Provide more reach.
They're not often covered in big AAA spaces because they don't really publish those kinds of games. They kind of do AA caliber PC games. And they do a lot of good stuff. And they're growing. There's good business there, and they're getting bigger and bigger. But
a small team,
so this is
we're often in our own little echo.
These are all the brands they hold. Volition, aka Saints Row, might be the biggest thing people would know
since then.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time. It's been awesome to talk to you. And
Deep Silver's probably a logo you've seen more of. They're kind of under that umbrella.
For the new label, and I can't wait to let gamers finally get their hands on the content. So thank you for your time.
Is Devolver doing anything? Yes, that's tomorrow, I believe.
Rumors, our next developer created the huge open world of Bohemia and took us on an adventure through the Holy Roman Empire. However, there have been some leaks that
Devolver Digital is tomorrow at 1:30 Pacific. I'll absolutely be co-streaming and drinking through that.
Try and get to the bottom of
They're rebranding as Koch Media? No, they're rebranding as Prime Matter.
Quite some news.
At least,
yes,
I
that's
think.
True.
I might be a little confused about the
Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that's cool.
As you said, it's about gamers, devs, and games.
In
our case, or in this case,
Prime Matter is the label. I guess Koch Media is the company.
What do you mean?
If that makes sense.
Some kind of confusion happened in the end of last year. We Warhol Studios were preparing the release of the Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition on PlayStation and Xbox, but someone.
The brothers are Koch. These guys are Koch. Okay. Thank you, Vic.
Looked like it's going to be released on Switch as well. Of course, by that time there was nothing.
I apparently need all the help I can get sorting this out. It's very confusing. It's actually not that bad.
However, Nintendo Japan took this information, some Japanese media, and then the snowball started rolling. All of a sudden, it was the talk of the day. Kingdom Come Deliverance is releasing on the Switch, but as I said, nothing like that was planned at all, and we didn't even think about that. Now, a few months back, and
so
we think it was still somehow cursing around in the Nintendo database. Nintendo of Spain posted a picture on Twitter where they had different pictures of open world games, and they were promoting already existing open world games on the Nintendo store.
What's he talking about? I think this is
the picture. Actually, you couldn't.
This is, I guess, the story of how Kingdom Come on the Switch came to be.
Existing.
I think.
However, again, it created confusion.
I have to admit, I talked over the start of his story, so I'm trying to catch up.
Like, okay, so is it coming? Is it not coming? But for us, actually, and as I said, we didn't think about that until that time. For us, we started to think. There's a lot of interest.
Graphics, thank you for the Prime.
People are actually talking about us, reaching out to us, like they seem to want Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Nintendo Switch. So we started to think, and since we are already in the Koch Media family, or the Embracer family, and there's a lot of talented studios, so is Saber Interactive, and who but them would be actually capable of bringing the Kingdom Come Deliverance version on the Switch. So we sat together, and now we are here talking about the Nintendo Switch version on Kingdom Come.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Is that
I gotta admit,
of gamers
that's pretty cool.
Made this happen?
Well,
more or less,
okay.
Yes, the community feedback we got, of course,
a fake rumor led to like
this comes from our general
a groundswell of popularity, and actually started the business conversation to make it happen.
There wouldn't be any Warhorse Studios.
That's pretty cool. I can't
so
think of like there's a couple of situations of things like that basically happening, but
and even coming up with crazy ideas together with them. So
that's cool.
For instance, the Savior Schnapps, our own liquor we created later, was actually a community idea.
Smart of them to be paying attention. Yeah, that's so.
Released,
those are like the.
Set,
those are kind of the trademarks of I don't want to say smaller, but when you're not at like an EA size or you're not Activision Blizzard, you can kind of be agile. You can kind of pivot quickly. You're not like 3 years into a plan.
In that case,
that you can't just.
It actually medieval smells actually pretty.
Yeah, hustle companies. Yeah, thank you. That's kind of what it is.
We are coming up with crazy.
Being
stuff
open
like
and aware to like being like, oh, there's actually traction for this. Let's do it, or let's find a way to do it. Let's shuffle some things around.
Is a Farkle boxed board game, kind of. So Farkle, for those who don't know,
I need to get back to Kingdom Come. That game seemed really cool.
It's mini game, a dice mini game you can play in the game, and now with Griffon Studios we are coming up with a boxed version you can get and play Farkle at home against.
This might get taken the wrong way, but it seemed like a. So, that's is it kind of cyberpunky? Does that make sense? It's like open world, but there are quests and dialogue trees and like different weapon paths or different weapon skills you can learn and stuff like that. I mostly just played the tutorial, so I didn't get into the... Okay, weird.
Speaking of soapy hot news, how do you feel about Warhorse being under the new label Prime Matter?
It's a huge honor, of course. We were working together with Koch for over 4 years already.
But a fully immersive medieval world? Okay.
Became part of the entire Embracer family.
I like those kinds of games.
It was a big thing, and now
what's the thing you're most what's the thing you're most E3?
Of something new.
The thing I'm most E3.
A new label being created that is
I think would be video game.
And especially if you consider that we come there as an established partner already, that is really
excited for.
Looking forward to a bright future.
Thank you very much, Toby. We cannot see what Warhorse has got. However,
this is a little generic, but I'm actually really excited to see what Nintendo's got going on.
So are we. Thank you very much.
Sometimes Nintendo can go either way. You can watch their conference for like 45 minutes and wonder why the hell they're wasting your time. Or it can be a non-stop series of absolute bombs.
Final form, which is
that's kind of what I'm hoping for. We'll see if it's like, is it going to be a good year for Nintendo, or is it going to be like a
humanoid avatar of a sentient spaceship?
They have so much in the works. That's the big thing. They got a lot banked up. They got a lot of bullets in the gun. It just remains to be seen if they're actually going to fire them. 3 calories. Thank you for the tier 3 sub. I appreciate that. Hey, and everyone, just in general, thanks for hanging out. You know what I love most about E3 is just everyone's talking about games. Everyone's buzzing about games, and in a positive way. It's really hard to like be angry at stuff right now. This looks pretty sick. Big Mass Effect feelings on the font. I like games. Thank you, Booska. Like, it's the one time of year it seems that everyone is actually in that mood. Like, you know what? Yeah, video games. Fuck yeah. And more E3 has something for everyone, which is also great. You know, everyone to a point will have the, they should have made F-Zero 2 or something like that.
Hi,
Someone's always going to be disappointed, but...
And what you have just seen is the first glimpse of our upcoming...
If you look around enough, you can usually find, like, a cool new thing that's exactly like what you want.
FPS in which you are a female-formed humanoid machine on a space mission with no return.
So, Haiti. Is that robot got ass or what?
At the heart of the game is a mystery and alien worlds to explore, but also an adrenaline-fueled combat. In final form, it's all about the freedom and power of movement, being a machine unrestrained by human weaknesses.
Yeah, the real Samus vibes rolling into a ball if you're in a cyber suit.
So you can give yourself away to the fantasy of becoming an unstoppable cybernetic goddess, blazing away in a spectacular...
Finally, a grimdark Metroid. Although, I don't know if it's going to be like laid out like Metroid. Metroid Prime with guns.
Rebrand is located in Warsaw, Poland, with additional team members located all over the world.
Hell yeah,
The
Poland.
studio was founded and is managed entirely by game developers. Since the success of Ruiner, we've grown quite substantially.
Oh, this is the dev behind Ruiner.
Rebrand is over 50 brilliant game creators.
Did I mishear that?
And counting. We are not a huge team, but what we love to do is to evolve together with our projects, constantly finding smarter and better ways to achieve something truly unique.
Yeah.
We build
Raycon
our work
Games.
environment just like we make games.
It's interesting they
aiming
didn't
for the
sign with
best results
Devolver then.
And personal fulfillment. We strongly believe
He
that
looks
the
more
well-being
tired.
of team members
They're Polish.
needs to be taken care of first, before we can pour all of that love into a game. The partnership with Koch Media has been very fruitful and inspiring. We're happy to be in the avant-garde of the upcoming new label. We're looking
Gonna be watching
forward to
IGN
share
Expo?
more
Yes.
on Final Form in the future.
I don't know how long the IGN
Please
Expo
enjoy
is,
the rest of the show
but I have about 2
and
hours
see you around.
from when it starts. That looks sick. I mean, everything there was good. Cyber suits, guns, rolling into a ball.
I have to say, guys,
A dev,
I love the
like,
soundtrack
talking
of Final
genuinely to camera.
Moving on to our next game, which is just as special. What if you took Lovecraftian and Gygax themes and mixed it all
Did you ever
together?
finish Ruiner? I did
with
not.
Hardcore RPG.
I need to get back to it, because
That's
man, did I love that
exactly
game.
what Massive Works Studios are doing. I got to sit down with their CTO to talk about their game, Dolmen.
Ooh. World premiere. That's a pretty cool ticker. I kind of expect it to sort of like fisheye out on the other side too. I'm gonna steal that though. It's a neat little edit trick. Alright. This is a video game ass looking space. I'm into it though. Can't wait to jump or dash or hook shot through that. Okay, we got some explosions. Man, Doom Eternal is really out there paving the way, huh? Everyone seems pretty down with just making big action epic shit now. Yeah! I don't know what that is, but that looks sweet.
Let's speak now to Gabriel Ferreira,
Space Souls,
CTO
yeah.
of Massive Works Studios, who joins
like
us now
Too Human?
from Campinas near São Paulo in
Too
the
human but
southeast
better,
of Brazil.
maybe? Who knows?
Sir,
Oh yeah,
Gabriel,
Warframe.
What is Dolmen about?
Yeah, tell us, please.
It's a pleasure to be here and to participate. Well, so let me tell a little bit about what Dolmen is.
Yo, is that like a
Is
wish
that
list
kind
QR
of a
code?
game that
That's really
where
smart.
the hero needs to save everyone from an alien threat.
People are always down with that. Doom just showed there was a market for it. Yeah. I don't. I think a lot of the times we tend to presume that people are creatively swimming in the wake, but I think it is more just market viability is proven, and so ideas that have always been pitched and said no to are suddenly starting to get greenlit. Chappers, thank you for the prime.
Its investment. So you're not really the nice guy that's trying to save everyone. It's just a job. But we hope that the players consider the humanity, the greed, the war, and the spares and the challenges that come to mind along with that job. Taking all that part, and yes, Dolmen is also about fighting all kinds of monsters and struggling. After all, it is a hard game. It's a hardcore game. It's inspired on Souls-like, so yes, you're going to play a lot.
Oh, it's Souls-like.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. So when thinking about the name Dolmen, obviously you guys went for that for like a very specific reason.
That music is going to be an interesting mix because Souls-likes are not very fast usually. I guess Sekiro was was getting pretty fast. So yeah, there's ways to do it. If you have like a cyber suit, makes sense. You might be dashing around and countering real fast. Metal Gear Rising kind of thing.
To describe this stone, this crystal that we have that is related to that. In many ways, everyone that deals with this crystal in the game is close to bringing problems to everyone that is around. And
the crystal. If a game is about a crystal, it's going to be good.
Cool.
That's the rule.
And now I know that people may or may not have heard of Dolmen
More games
before,
about crystals. More games about crystals.
It is already out there in the world. But how long has it taken to get to this point?
Yep, the Final Fantasy rule. Sonic's Law. Exactly.
Since the beginning of the project.
All accurate.
We started at late 2016, so it's been almost 5 years now. And probably,
Crystal Skulls. I didn't say to play the film.
Bit more to come out, but we and about our journey.
I think we'll get more info on 7 Part 2 to C3.
That we had since.
I mean, they just released Intergrade, so I don't think they're gonna shortchange the PR cycle on that so quickly. We'll probably just see a sizzle reel for Intergrade.
How have you been inspired by other games?
Because they got to push sales of that as much as possible right now.
You know, are there other games that inspire you? And also,
was anything fun announced? Yeah, there were a couple of games that looked real cool. There's Dolmen, which I actually think looks pretty great. There was
a lot of games.
I didn't catch the name of it.
When we were
I'm looking at Raken Games.
When we were first thinking of it,
announced a new game. They're the devs behind Ruiner, and Ruiner was great.
So Bloodborne,
but it looked like a
Dark Souls. Those games were our main inspirations. But we drew,
kind of hard to tell what kind of game it was. First-person shooter, but you could also morph into a ball.
So
it's like a grim dark Metroid or something, but who knows if it's actually a Metroidvania.
And also not only inspirations in games,
but I don't remember what the name of that was.
But also inspirations in movies.
New Lucio, thank you for the sub.
Stories.
Reconnect, was that the name of the game? Okay.
And those were our main inspirations. About games that we most like and games that our team likes, it's really hard to say because we have a team that ranges from liking Dota to CS and Souls-like games. But what I can really tell you is that everyone of our team is passionate about the project because they love doing what they do, which is a hardcore game.
Yeah, and that makes sense as well when you get hands on Dolmen, all these inspirations that have come.
It makes sense though, so if the team likes games like Counter-Strike and Dota. Yeah.
Reason you decide
what I find fascinating is when somebody likes a really hardcore multiplayer game and then they create a single-player experience to sort of replicate that feeling of intensity.
Well, the humans are afraid of what they don't know, and the universe has infinite possibilities. There is always something unknown that we can explore in space. So that sci-fi setting really was something that we could use to throw everything that our insane minds could come with.
I do like hearing that.
So we wanted to...
We chose the setting specifically because it was unrestrained.
To present the player a world of unknown that he can fear and he can enjoy it.
No, absolutely. And
I do go to those kinds of games for just raw, unrestrained creativity. FromSoft's like monster designs.
In Brazil.
Just seeing new bosses is the reason you want to get there, or at least it is for me a lot of the times. Just having them come out and scream and open up 18 mouths and vomit out acid or whatever. It's so great.
We faced along this 5-year journey. We obviously had to adapt our workflow in these late years. So 2020 and 2021 was a really challenge for us, but it was something that we could adapt well, especially because even that we're based in Brazil, we're not only based in a single location in Brazil. We have people spread across the country. So
yeah, the Elden Ring trailer was basically, hey, check out these bosses, and it was awesome.
Overcome that challenge, but there were
those bosses looked rad.
Since getting development kits and finding people that are really capable of helping us to deliver this amazing game, and that's what.
How do they do it?
We gathered, and that's something that our company appreciates the most.
Spider Hand is going to be rad.
Value is the people that
Bell Belly Turtle. I liked
incredible
Firebowl Head.
Really
Head Bowl Firehead.
Absolutely, that's really cool. Kind of on
we should try to name them all.
Theme of development and challenges. Given how development and technology
Fire
often
Fondue,
dictates
man. Yeah, there it
how the
is.
game evolves throughout its development. How kind of close
Fingies,
to
the
original
unstretching
concept that you guys came up for Dolmen?
Well, there are different point of views on that answer, especially because we started really small. And in the journey of the game, for example, it started as a concept from a few friends that
these are the canon names. You guys must have your Wikipedia tabs open.
Months, the game.
Light Behemoth, thank you very much for the sub.
And
think how our earned income can be converted into future goodies and devices that may aid you in creating more awesome content. Just support meals you enjoy down the road is a pretty cool concept. I mean, as the beneficiary of it, I agree. It is very cool. Thank you.
So a lot of it has been built. So
I did just have a nice meal.
And loves the universe that we are creating.
Oh yes, definitely. The new Cyberclaw did arrive. It's sitting right there in a box. I need to take it out and measure it up to my hand.
Especially now that we have more.
I just haven't done that yet. I do want to get back into my Cyberpunk playthrough with that thing.
It advanced way better than we imagined.
Actually, I'm gonna upgrade my CPU pretty soon, and that game did get CPU gated a little bit by my build. So, what happened to the first Cyberclaw? It was just too small. I sent it back to exchange it for a larger size.
We're never happy with satisfied.
Hey Fiore, thank you very much for the resub. 60 months of resub.
At the end of the day,
got a CPU in mind? Yeah, I got the Ryzen 5950X.
We want to make a
I just threw money at it.
Game for the player.
And I got a motherboard that is a bit old, but seems like it's still going to work. I just have to patch the BIOS.
Seeing as you are lead programmer as well.
Yep, switching from Intel to AMD, finally doing it.
In the actual game.
I was looking at a 5950 3080 Ti rig, but man, it is it a lot. Yeah, I don't think the video card is gettable right now. The CPU was not that hard. I just bought it off Newegg, no problem.
Especially, for example, we could have.
It might have been over retail though, so I guess there's that.
Simpler or smaller or not.
But yeah, 3080 Ti is going to be the thing that you're going to have to like. If you want to just buy it on eBay, it's going to be bad. I got very lucky to get a 3080, so.
Of our company, so we decided to go full in into that challenge. We faced a lot of challenges, as I mentioned previously, but I believe the hardest part of the game was finding the correct professionals and focusing on
Stephanie
what we
wearing
were
jean
doing
shorts,
and keeping yourself focused for 5 years on a single game.
Here you are in denim shorts.
That is challenging for everyone, especially right
distressed
now.
Denim shorts.
So it was a difficult decision, but we wanted to make that.
They're called jorts.
Regarding programming, and as a programmer, there's a lot of that I could keep talking about. What is the harder? Multiplayer is always challenging, but finding that balancing fit.
It's jort season, Steph.
So the game that
E3 is upon us.
It's not unfair, but it is hard. So we wanted to aim hardcore players. So this was really something.
Newegg website feels dated.
So
yeah,
you mentioned,
their
like,
interface hasn't gotten
5
updated in a while,
years of
but
development,
I mean
which
their
is a
filters are still
crazy
really
long
good.
time.
It's pretty easy to find
How have
exactly
you
the
kept
intersection of
yourself
functionality you
motivated?
need.
How have the
That was
team
kind of it
been
for me with the motherboard. I need an ass load of USB ports because stream,
it
you
wasn't.
know,
But
every piece of stream tech is
I would
USB,
say that
and those
most
ports go
of us
away.
We're always having this
Sun's out,
meetings,
jorts on.
in order to play the game, even now that we are
Also, Newegg's always been good to me with
to,
returns and exchanges and
getting
stuff,
up,
so it's brand loyalty there
every
too.
day and making a meeting and showcasing what we are doing and working alongside each one of us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, a lot of things that happened before COVID was the events. The events always made us super happy. So showcasing the game to everyone.
Newegg is pay, even if it looks
getting the
old.
players
Yeah,
to play
it
the
is
game
old.
and see how they react.
I mean, I mostly bought my parts through Newegg going back to like
made us
2001.
feel proud of what we were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like everyone's missing that event feeling,
I'm
right? When
wondering.
you actually get to see people on the
Because I didn't make an account for a while, so I'm curious what my oldest order
I
from
think it's
Newegg
something that
is.
everyone is missing, definitely. Speaking of kind of motivation and happy times, what are you most proud of this game? What have you guys worked on that you're like, yeah, we did that?
I believe.
I guess their records only go back to
the
2011.
universe that we created is amazing. It has a lot of background from it. So, for example, we even made some comics for it.
But then I got a tuner for my computer and a digital TV antenna, so that I could record TV to my PC. And also, yeah, they have a dark mode.
So really,
how's your liver? That's pretty fine.
We created.
It was always my stomach that would get destroyed when I would take shots. But I learned it wasn't actually the shots. I mean, it kind of was the shots, but it was actually the ibuprofen I would take the next day. I would take like ibuprofen on a kind of upset stomach, and that would just make it so much worse.
And getting to get closer.
Can you recall what you first bought from them? Well, the first thing I think I can distinctly remember is getting an NVIDIA. What is it like?
Awesome. Speaking of partnership with us,
was it the GeForce line back then? It was like an NVIDIA GeForce 2 or something like that.
Their brand new label.
That's really.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. It was in. I got it for Far Cry, and it was in 2004. I bought a NVIDIA video card, and that was the first time I swapped from Radeon to NVIDIA. It was Radeon back then. So I got that card, and then also got a whole cooling kit so that I could overclock it. So like little heat sinks for the RAM, and a different cooler, and
we have a great producer,
a heat sink for the video chip itself.
Reach our goals and really deliver the game that we want.
GeForce 2 GTS. That sounds correct.
For us on that sense. And being part of this new label.
Left for a bit to make some food. Is this interview still going? Yeah.
For us.
There's some good bits in there. But again, I think it's like largely. It seems largely the kind of conversations that other developers would appreciate.
As well.
Other developers and other publishers.
Thank you for this opportunity.
I don't think this part of it is necessarily intended to be so consumer facing.
So happy to have you guys on board, and more importantly, I am so excited to actually let people play this game at some point under this new label.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Thank you so much for your time, Gabrielle. It's been awesome talking to you. And yeah,
King's Bounty 2.
Release Dolmen at some point under the new label.
Can we get an inside game sum up of this? Seems too boring for me to watch. Yeah, I don't know that your average video gamer would be super into this this conference specifically.
Highly anticipated King's Bounty 2. We have a first look at the gameplay trailer, and then Opal got a chance to sit down and talk with CEO.
Remember when E3 wasn't for consumers at all? Is there a convention like that now?
The balance.
I would say old E3 is what investor calls are now. If you want like a dose of old school E3, go just listen to any public investor call from like EA, Activision, Blizzard, anything like that. It was a lot of dry financial figures and
my father cannot lead,
and sort of statements about the future of the company without any sort of razzle dazzle.
Now the burden of the crown falls onto me. Nostria was.
My name's Bounty, King's Bounty, the second.
Unrest. It used to be beautiful here. My wife and I had a nice life then.
They have elevators?
Conspiracy,
and werewolves?
Sabotage, necromancy.
Magic? All right.
They all threaten this land asunder. But we must use
Troja, thank you for the prime.
Terrors are advancing.
My back is killing me.
Putting our hope in something that does not exist. A seer foretells that
I want to voice the skeleton. Somebody let me voice the skeleton.
Is among us.
Wait, hey.
Of Nostria.
That's a different game. You can't do that.
You laid faith in my father. Do so to me. We must look towards the horizon.
Is this an RTS?
The darkness.
I don't know anything about King's Bounty.
And preserve the light of our land. For Nostria.
Neat. Is that it? No. Somebody. Oh, it's kind of like Might and Magic.
Guys,
oh,
thanks for
okay.
joining me,
Okay.
and
Tactical.
I am joined by
Tactical
Nikolai
medieval magical game.
From 1C Entertainment, who is
I like 1C.
CEO and creator of
They just announced a new game, right?
So King's
Wait,
Bounty has been
no,
years in development.
I'm mixing that
and
up.
Has a 30-year
I'm thinking
pedigree.
of 4A.
So what is it that makes King's Bounty 2 so special?
The original King's Bounty was a grandfather of games of series like Heroes of Might and Magic. So it created these turn-based gameplay when you have a hex-based battlefield and the troops are moving in turns. Like chess pieces on the board.
This is like a car commercial where people run around having fun and then you finish without having a clue what you're talking about. Yeah. It's people playing volleyball for 20 seconds and giggling and having fun and then forward focus.
I know as you mentioned, the first King's Bounty was 1990, and then you had the King's Bounty that you guys created in the 2000s. What technical improvements, now that we're in 2021, are you most excited about implementing into the new King's Bounty 2?
Well,
let's see. So coming up in 15 minutes is the IGN Expo.
And if in the previous games, the battlefield was always a flat surface.
Got that banked up and ready to go.
Battlefield into 3D. So we will have, line of sights, heals.
But plenty of time for more interviews until then. What's up, Rat Boy Rail?
If your archers allocated on the hill,
easy to see they're reading off scripts. Yeah, there's probably like bullet points or something they're trying to stick to. But hey, he's got the little he's got the interesting brow bruise too. Or that's not the brow. That's the brow. What's that? The under eye ridge.
Fable or Mass Effect kind of
you have heat exhaustion. Ooh.
Role-playing game.
Well, lay down. Take it easy. Get in front of a fan.
Isometric view.
Get a little ice pack on that neck.
Of course, just galloping around the map. So we are moving towards this kind of epic fantasy.
Your zygomatic arch.
Because this is not like a small indie title anymore.
Exactly.
It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest production we've done in Moscow so far.
So speaking of the other King's Bounty games, will this
appreciate the Northern English host? I feel right at home.
Other stories of the games, or will it be a standalone title?
No, the game will not follow on any previous games.
Get the tiny desk fan going on your mouse hand. Yeah.
All
gamers radiate body heat through the mouse hand.
A bunch of evil guys. There's like a small quest.
I'm here for Sifu and pretty much only Sifu. Oh, or is that under the Prime Matter banner now? Label? Probably. Sifu does look really cool. It reminds me of Absolver, which I never finished, but thought was super interesting.
Really, a epic adventure. We had
what was the name of that game, right?
Solving puzzles, working
like
functions,
MMO, Kung Fu, roguelike,
really
or like Souls-like, is what it was.
An epic RPG. However, this is a rare combination where our King's Bounty is an action RPG. It's not a Witcher game where you have to, press buttons on your joysticks and battle enemies in the field. It's interesting crossbreed of a high fantasy role-playing game with a tactical.
I was excited about Bloodborne HBO show. Is that a real thing?
I wouldn't. It's not like
that feels weird.
Was never done on console, but this is fairly unique.
I don't know. The worlds that FromSoftware makes for their games are so finely tuned to be video game worlds. A linear narrative show based on that property. I don't know. It doesn't feel right.
And the modern console.
I don't want to hear a definite story of a definite character in that realm.
King's Bounty really make a
Maybe I do.
modern game that works well.
It would have to be pretty David Lynchy, where like a good portion of it seems just like fully subliminal and interpretive. I'd be okay with that, I guess.
Kind of speaking about the story of King's Bounty 2 and how it differs, it appears to have a darker, more gritty aesthetic compared to its predecessors. What was the design philosophy around that? Why did you decide
dark and gritty?
That's an interesting question. We've been debating on a design approach. And again, as I said, we spent a lot of time prototyping.
It's just a rumor? I thought so.
And the looks and the art of the game.
Hold on, what we got here?
Previous game had this more cartoonish, kind of fancy
series in early development. Okay, I mean early development. Well, I didn't read that. Here, let me read the article. Early development can just mean some people are working on a pitch doc or something like that.
We've been, astonished by modern fantasy titles both in Hollywood and in games, and we thought that this is a good idea actually to upgrade King's Bounty to what we call like high fantasy or like realistic fantasy. So it's not a dark fantasy like Kingdom Come when they're like peasants, everything is bad. No, it's more like, as I said, like high fantasy.
That sounds that sounds crappy. The description of it just being like somebody who's trapped in the hunter's dream, I guess, and they have to fight through multiple bosses. I mean, that just sounds like a literalization of the game. But yeah, we'll see. That doesn't sound like something that would be picked up, but I could be wrong. A lot of things are getting greenlit nowadays. Everyone's burning hot, throwing money into a furnace, trying to capture them monthly subscribers. Sounds campy. Yeah.
Especially for consoles, there's a specific expectation from somebody.
I guess you could turn it into a Monster of the Week thing.
Buying the game digitally or online. Okay, this is like a $49.59 game. It has to look graphically and gameplay-wise like.
What's the game they're talking about? King's Bounty 2.
That's what we had to do.
Yeah, so we've mentioned that this game.
Not you, Lawrence, but the guy who started the church. Story about him.
Placed like
that would be okay, I think.
You can play the game basically.
Maybe the story of an existing character and their narrative, and as they sort of slip into the hunter's dream and disassociate from reality or whatever the heck's going on there.
Kind of, why did you choose, with the evolution of game design and how people play games, why did you choose to stick to these hybrid game mechanics? Do you think that this is kind of...
Have you seen True Detective? Yeah, I saw season 1, which I really adored. Absolutely loved. I didn't watch season 2 or 3.
Again, there's a grandfather of
X-Files and Yarnum? It could be, except you can't even have a rooted character because you don't have one in Bloodborne as a game.
We can play around with the evolution of this gameplay, make it more fun or realistic, but obviously this
doesn't even need to involve the Bloodborne locations, to be honest. The entire game took place around Yarnum, then the whole world is available.
Aspects,
that's true.
Not the other way around. So again, gamers who like RPG with shooting elements,
I don't know, I guess I think like
Cyberpunk, this King's Bounty is probably not for them. I'm sorry, just
one of the things that
and in terms of we've mentioned kind of this new 3D.
One of the things that makes FromSoftware settings work so well is that they are so implicit,
RPG mechanics and making
it does have that like reading a book energy where you unconsciously start filling in the gaps with your own imagination. That doesn't tend to happen with TV or movies, at least not for me.
Kind of caused you the most
some movies can get there. Things like Annihilation or even Ex Machina. I guess I'm just listing Alex Garland movies, but
technical issues.
There are some aspects where a movie can invite you into speculating on parts that are unexplained, or at least parts that are not entirely literal. So a show could do that, and I think that would be a really important creative element of DNA to maintain. But the script that was described there is not that. But that's fine. You know what? I'm not making it. I'm not pitching it.
Kind of cartoonish, easy-looking isometric view into a...
So subtext? Sort of. Maybe. Subtext implies intention, I think.
Huge map. We wanted to populate this map with a lot of
maybe
characters
that
would just move around, go somewhere.
I think it's more like you take like a hole punch. You have your sheet of paper, and your sheet of paper is a story. You take your hole punch and you just bash some holes in it in very tactical locations, so that somebody else, when they come to it, they fill in the gaps with themselves. I realize this is what Kingdom Hearts was doing the whole time.
So we even had to,
which is, I realize, you know, smart. I just didn't understand what it was going for back in the day.
And there are hours and hours and hours of you know, in-game based cutscenes, which in the past could be just dialogues and pieces of text. That was another huge complication.
No, absolutely. And then the final question, what are the benefits of signing up with a global publisher like Koch and being on their brand?
Yeah, see, like a question like that is not going to matter to anyone who wants to buy King's Bounty 2.
A lot of additional support.
So I do think this is more of a...
you know, I'm not sure that, you know, all gamers...
I think it's to establish brand identity and then also spread awareness, so make it easier for them to scoop up dev studios,
you know, amazing
or have indie devs sign with them, something like that.
You know, half of the puzzle.
Some B-roll during these interviews would help. I don't know if they have enough. Also, you'd have to have an editor do that, or a live producer. They may not have that person.
Localization.
But yeah, I agree.
Manufacturing retail units. You know, putting all this, you know, units into the retail.
Hey, what's up, Pop-Tart?
In the world.
Everything's going pretty well.
Making
just enjoying some chit-chatting about video games, learning about publisher side, the business side of things.
Cooperate.
These are fairly good discussions if you're interested in this aspect of the business, which very few people are. I get that. I'm not saying that you should be, but
I would say very honestly, I was personally a bit scared if we do it just ourselves.
I do think more of hearing developers speak like this would sort of
to deliver.
Take some of the weird superstition out of the way that people talk about game development sometimes.
The platform
but
holders as effectively as
you know, you can't make people care about that, and a lot of people aren't going to.
With such esteemed partners, you know.
Oh, you've been resting? Oh, Pop-Tart, please continue to rest.
Awesome. Well, that's it. Thank you so much.
Don't make me imagine you like scrambling out of bed and running across the room when the go live notification goes out. I know you're not.
Yeah. The most exciting.
Need you there with your like a little like water thing on your head, a little thermometer in your mouth.
Titles. We keep saying it. And honestly, I shouldn't have a favorite. It's like picking between a favorite child. However, this next title speaks to me on a gaming level unlike any other. This third
It's dry, but it does humanize the devs, which is good, I think. I think so too.
Will keep you up.
It's been a little more momentum about that.
With its horrific, nightmarish creatures. Think Alice in Wonderland meets Alien, or as one US journalist put it, Tomb Standing. Guys,
okay.
Sit back, relax, grab a pillow, because you get a world-exclusive look at Scars Above.
World premiere.
Dr. Ward, Dr. Yoshida, get to the bridge, please.
Oh, is this like...
See what's inside our alien guest.
Gonna be like walking sim? I shout, yippee, like Anakin and Phantom Menace. Yeah, wizards!
Telemetry check.
Oh.
Telemetry check. Here go.
Space pyramid. Okay, so there's freaky space stuff, and you're gonna walk around it.
How is this possible? What planet is this? How did I end up here?
What was the first walking sim? Myst. Actually, Zork. Actually, it might be
Log
Myst.
entry. The gate has an internal conduction system.
E.T.
Sensitive.
Wait, there's a health bar.
Electricity should cause a reaction.
We got some usables. We got some hotkeys on some consumable items. This looks okay.
The debris. It's from Hermes.
Like a stamina meter.
It must have splintered off as it entered the atmosphere.
Just played Myst in VR. That was an experience. Yeah, I remember in like I think it was in like the early aughts. The real Myst came out, which is like a fully 3D first-person Myst, and that game ruled. I remember playing that with like the lights off and headphones on and just being immersed. So I can only imagine what it's like in full VR. Okay, Souls with gun and a Hydralisk. Oh, I remember seeing this. Yeah, this was in the Sizzle reel, and I was like, what the heck is that? There was a lady shooting a Hydralisk. You can't do that.
What the hell was that?
Is this a StarCraft Souls game? Holy crap, why doesn't Blizzard make that? Oh my god. Imagine you're like a space marine and you're like trapped in a Zerg hive and you have to get out. Ugh, anyway.
That seemed to produce a highly venomous secretion.
Returnal. Yeah, this is Ghost. They did it. Let's not ask Blizzard to make games. Yeah, they don't need to. It's fine. They're just hitting... They hit rewind on World of Warcraft, so that'll go for a while, I guess. I cannot believe they with whole booty and pant decided to re-release Burning Crusade. So I guess we're just gonna march it on back, I guess. And then yeah, World of Warcraft Classic 2 in 10 years. Start it over again.
Looks like Robinson managed to connect the MPU to the pillar.
So this seems like more of maybe more Dead Space. I wonder how much, or if it'll have a whole lot of melee. I guess like melee versus ranged is gonna be, it's gonna tell the tale of what this game's fully like. John Dog Hot Dog, thank you for the prime. Yeah, Overwatch Classic. Bring back the auction house, exciting. 10 years, Blizzard will be Valve without Steam. I mean, World of Warcraft is their Steam, or has been. But yeah, it is interesting to see the like tale of developers that get fat, continuous budgets. Rockstar is kind of might be in that realm now too. We'll see. They did put out Red Dead after GTA Online was already earning $1 million bajillion. But yeah, once a company just gets a fat passive revenue stream, they tend to change the way they release products. Was it just me or the voice performance not very good? It's not video gamey. It's not like as overblown or emotive as maybe a lot of performances tend to be. But I don't know if I'd call it bad just yet. Or not very good just yet. It might make more sense when you get to know the character more. To be honest, I'm kind of okay with more video game characters being a little more muted with the way they deliver lines and stuff. Then again, Returnal's lead was pretty muted, but still had a lot of great performance. If we want good games, we've got to stop spending money. Well, these things are above the individual actions of you or I. Even if everyone in this chat, in 100% solidarity, decided to all do a thing, it wouldn't matter. Like, the numbers are just way bigger than that. And the audiences are way bigger than that. That's the market speaking about what they want and what they're willing to pay for. This game looks meh. Well, it's a, you know, it's not done yet. But I can see why, you know. The unreleased games typically have ridiculously good optics, because that's kind of what people expect to see. And then you get like shock and just like utter, it's just like this weird appalled reaction when it's learned that the demo was fake. Well, this actually looks pretty clean for a game that's, wow, that's a cool effect. For a game that's currently in development, this looks pretty clean, and they're showing you quite a bit of it. So it's just kind of how it goes.
The Cerebrum seems to be generating an electrical charge.
Oh, there's nothing special about it. Okay, that's the map part. I gotcha. Well, again, this is just a theory, but you'd like to think that if a game has something special about it, it would be apparent from the get-go. But I think sometimes the specialness can come in at the very last second, when everything sort of like tightens up. Just a theory.
That's freezing the water.
Excuse me. I thought I was gonna spit out all my water for a second.
The cocktail of digestive acids is dissolving.
But you know, if it looks meh, you can say it looks meh. You don't gotta keep that in just because it's preview footage. I do like that scanning overlay. That was kind of neat. Oh, freeze water. Make platform. Hey, Caps Lock Hype. It has been a hot minute. How you doing? I don't think it's muted. It sounds like she's constantly on the verge of a breakdown. Ugh. you think that's this game or Returnal? Because I think that applies to Returnal as well. Let him play upgrades come from Alien Research.
That really was something. And last week,
I don't know that the two were connected. More that like there is a research overlay, and then also there's abilities that influence your traversal in the world.
From Novi Sad in Serbia is Ivan Zorkic.
Whoa.
Game director.
Okay, well, unfortunately, Koch Media, the IGN Expo has started, so we're gonna click over to that. I'm glad that I saw that last game though. That looked pretty neat. I guess there's another Rocky game. We are now in the IGN Expo. I became the Facilities and Technology Department head of a town library, so I've been busy as fuck. How you been doing, big dog? I've been doing great. Been having a lot of, picking up some new projects. They're doing pretty well and growing. It's been fun stuff. Everything's doing well. Having a good time. And now I get to watch E3 stuff. Which looks like, this reminds me of Ready to Rumble Boxing. Who's making this game? Servios? World premiere. Oh! Is this, yeah, Frogwares. Nice. Sherlock Holmes.
The position of the inkwell indicates that the victim is left-handed. However, the bullet entered the right temple. That's strange. The goodbye letter was written.
Ooh, sweet muffins. Thanks for the sub.
Untouched upon the nightstand.
Yes. Yes. I want to do a Sherlock-a-thon. These games seem fun.
I have it. They belong to the priest who wanted to retain ownership of the land.
Also, they made Sherlock sexy. Rolled the clock back. Hot young Sherlock.
Incredible Sherlock.
He solves, he fucks. The quadruple A Sherlock game, yeah. Every Sherlock game becomes larger, bigger, more expensive.
Really think that you could come to this island without getting a little dirty?
Sherlock Holmes games now have the budget that's triple Britain's GDP.
Easy, but this personal mission that brought you here, you know it's nothing but pain and madness. I know it's not so far from what's already in your mind.
This trailer is rad.
But once the truth is revealed, will it help?
There's that triple or quadruple A kicking in. Yeah.
Watch your step, Sherlock. This quest might soil more than your shoes. You're not ready for this investigation.
Oh! Mother! Or does he have a sister? Chapter 1, what the heck? Does that mean, so wait, is Chapter 1 the name of the game? Or does that mean it's like part 1 of a Sherlock Holmes trilogy? Both are good, acceptable answers. Yeah, sister, mom, or wife? Who knows? Maybe all of it. Maybe they were up to some shit. Oh my gosh. Trees turn into logs. Then you even turn the logs into house. Yeah! The bastards have done it. Oh, okay, you can make like a giant roving battle tank. All right, that's pretty cool. That's kind of reminds me of Raft. Yeah, okay, that's pretty sick. You build just a whole town on a... Okay, that's awesome. So you have to jump off the raft to go harvest stuff and then you come back to it? Huh. That looks neat. Looks like a good platform for some capital C content. Get all the streamers together. We gotta record some videos. ... A nerve you. Uncontrollably horrific. I see a Doki Doki. Oh, jeez. I was just thinking about this before. People have got to tone that shit back. I mean, it was fun, but people being like, oh my gosh, I began to shit my pants and have not stopped shitting my pants for an entire year. It's like, come on, all right, back off a little bit. Come on now. Okay. It did a thing. Anyway, it was really cool though. What's weird is like I appreciated that there was actually a fair amount of commentary in there about visual novels too that people didn't seem to really need to get on. But yeah, Dan Salvato, awesome dude. I'm looking forward to it. More side stories? Yeah. It's rated M. Okay, I was about to say. You don't want to accidentally, you don't want to be a random 13-year-old and whoopsie into that game. Oh, you got your card. Nice.
Man, I gotta tell y'all, what a block of awesome that was. I'm so excited for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, especially as a man living in the middle of a pandemic.
The best part was that a comment on the genre itself. Yes. Absolutely, Austin.
And I know
I thought Doki Doki was
alone,
really great. I appreciated the message that it had. And I think it invited people that played that kind of game to really critically self-examine those kinds of games.
Definitely. Well, that Sherlock Holmes game looks pretty cool. And also as a man and living in the post-pandemic, I'd sure love to have a platonic business relationship with Watson to solve crimes and such and hold hands. But let's keep this train going by tossing it to the developers over
really spoke to me
for a breakdown.
I don't know that it spoke to me especially. I just really appreciated what it did and how it executed it.
Inspired by Tiny Tina's tabletop adventures. Let's take a look at Wonderlands.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't be snippy, I guess.
Roll for initiative, suckers!
It's already so loud.
My name is Matt Cox, and I'm the creative director of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'm thrilled to be able to go through this trailer with you today. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is an entirely new adventure set in an unpredictable fantasy world that's full of whimsy and wonder and high-powered...
He said it. He said the word. Whimsy. Keeping expectations low, but I'm still interested. Yeah, I mean, I had fun with Borderlands. I had a lot of fun with Borderlands, too. So it's, those games can be fun. And especially when you're playing them with friends, it's really hard to have a problem with it. But I guess for me, Tiny Tina was one of my least favorite parts about Borderlands 2. And that's not because of the performance or anything like that. Just was a little much for me.
Some slightly warped takes on high fantasy.
Some people don't react as strongly to that as I do, so that's it. So the fact that it's branded Tiny Tina and she's sort of the mascot of the entire game makes me like...
And customize their own multi-class heroes.
Is the whole game going to have Tiny Tina screaming at me? Because I don't know that I want that.
Customize their weapons, but you will collect a wide variety of loot and a wide variety of rare.
How dare you have an opinion about a game?
Spells,
Senator Kermit, this is the internet.
And of course you'll have your skills.
Internet opinions are not allowed here.
Be able to find loot like armor and
it's it's interesting. It's not so much me being afraid of somebody disagreeing with me. It's me being so burned out on opinions that I don't even care about my own anymore. If that makes any sense. The butt stallion bit alone means I will not like this at any point. You too do not like whimsy. You have a lump of coal for a heart, as I do.
And they're all brought to life by these great actors. And of course, enter a magical diamond binacorn leaping in to save the day here. This speaks to the wild and irreverent humor in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
This speaks to the wild and irreverent humor. Sure does.
Bunkers and badasses.
Wanda Sykes is in this. Yeah, I like Andy Samberg. I like Wanda Sykes. I love Ashley Birch.
Makes the rules. She changes the world on the fly and guides players on their
in most roles.
Journey. Now, a lot of the
I don't like how it's using celebrities to promote them, not gameplay. Well, I think you know what the gameplay is going to look like, though. And also gameplay now might be ready to show. And I think in a game like Borderlands, when a significant portion of the game's enjoyment is voice actors screaming at you out of a portrait in the top left, leading with names it makes sense. Because, like the performances in Borderlands 2, and especially Tales from the Borderlands, like just the VO performances kind of made those games. In addition to them just being fun looter shooters, but it's a fair amount of the game.
I think it should go without saying that Wonderlands looks wonderful.
I
said it, and I don't care who hears me say something so brave yet so controversial. Anyway, we've got more gaming goodness coming up on the IGN Expo when Summer of Gaming 2021 returns, so don't go anywhere. Don't. That's a threat. It's not a threat. I mean, it's just
Yeah, okay.
nicely asking you don't go anywhere. But don't go anywhere. I have scissors.
The Big Vinsky, thank you for gifting 5 subs.
Make a beautiful, beautiful card for you.
Thank you.
It says, don't go anywhere.
Caps Lock, thank you for the resub. Sorry. I'm trying to like. You're throwing subs, and I want to feed off that energy and that power, but Brian's here threatening me with scissors, so I'm getting distracted a little bit. They have ads for their show of ads. Well, I get okay. They have to pay. They have to pay for the production. They got to pay for their hosts and stuff. Good lord.
And Army National Guard.
Man, IGN sales team.
While you serve.
Going ridiculous
Reach your greatest
here.
potential with Army National Guard.
Wow, that was a lot of brands. IGN. You guys want to sign up for Army?
World's biggest media brand for games and
Man, they have an ad for IGN. You can't have a commercial for you when your show only exists because you're doing commercials for other people. Good God, it's an Ouroboros of commercials. Oh, yeah. Anyway, how y'all doing? Video games. I thought it's like 15 minutes into their block starting, too. I figured that they would at least go for like a whole hour of like planned and produced content. I mean, I was down with. I like seeing Doom Eternal though. Rumors of Army 2 getting announced. Ooh, Army is Army a next gen exclusive or what? That's all I care about. I played America's Army for a week. I served my time. That's about how long I played America's Army 2. That was all right. It was weird too then, because even at that moment I was like, this feels weird. Is this propaganda? And then later I played Call of Duty and didn't think about that for even a second. I was too busy listening to, what was it? Jason Statham, yeah. Jason Statham rasp at me about tanks in the Russian winter. That segment ruled. Damn. Should I go back? I want to go back and play Call of Duty 1 and 2. Because I remember those games being awesome, especially 2. And I wonder how it holds up. Army ads aimed at gamers are so bad they're good. Yeah, I mean, there's that one where they like... They really... Oh wait, are we... This feels like a sizzle reel. It feels like I shouldn't unmute yet. Yeah, okay. They're still advertising themselves. I guess it's... I mean, I guess you do what you gotta do. It just seems weird. Because people are only watching this because of the games that other companies are making. And you're going to ride that to promote other things that you make? That themselves are also about things that other people make?
Use these scissors. Time to get rid of them.
Give me that, man. You don't need those. Give them to me. What are you doing?
Now that's a good bit.
Anyway, let's check out some more trailers. Any guess on what we might see now, Akeem?
Well, you know what, Brad? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say exclusive gamelay trailers with a dash, just a dash of DLC.
I like this light. Look at this light.
Wild guess. Well, let's DLC.
It puts off a nice aura. It puts off a nice aura.
It hurt me. It hurt me to say it. Okay.
It should.
Physically hurt to say that joke. Physically. I need the scissors.
Drag it out. Let's drag it out. Keep it going. This is all gold. Definitely do not cut to a trailer. Okay. Oof. Oh, is this Sifu? Yeah, rad. Good. This is what I came for. It's worth it. It's all worth it now. It's worth that 8-year tour in the Army I just signed up for. I do kind of hope that they go with like... It'd be cool if they had sound packs of like different hit sounds. So you could make it sound like an 80s Hong Kong movie. Or like something like Matrix era. Like Western Hong Kong. Those hit sounds are just a little thump. That was rad. I'm such a big fan of like environmental beat up stuff. I remember the first time I saw like Mortal Kombat 3 and somebody uppercut somebody else into another stage. I was like, fuck! That's the coolest thing I've ever seen! Yeah. Is this a video game, or are you just selling me Lego? supposed to be a... Is this a joke? So you... Okay. You build your jump... Okay. This seems phenomenally wasteful. Or is this how they're like... Is this how they're making game environments? Then they'll like photograph this? The Fantasian style? Okay, I think I see where this is going. That's pretty cool. If they're... I think they're going to turn this into a game asset. Ah. I wonder, is this going to look any different than if you had just built it in 3D? Alright. Yeah, that looks neat. What is it? Do I get to be the little man running around?
Who is that gorgeous amphibian, and how can I be as successful as him?
What is it?
I'll tell you, kiddo.
What is it?
You gotta come to Redlandia, the place of opportunity.
That had to be like...
Where even the ice cream
Why was that there?
dreams of hitting the big time. You see these guys? They've got that go-getting attitude.
I'm alright with this though.
Happen in the streets, and oh, the streets, kid. Forget paved with gold.
Cell shading.
The smoothest concrete ramps and grinds everywhere. Makes you want to grab your board and... Hold on, you can skate, right? Whatever, you pick it up. Or not. Look, it's fine. Your skills, my connections, ain't nothing we can't achieve. There's a whole world out there to discover.
Ooh.
It's time to shine, my humanoid friend. Let's roll.
So it's a skating game. It's like weird TNC surf designs. I mean, that game had like weird animal people too. It's like a 2D skateboarding game. Kind of reminds me of Bit Trip Runner or something like that. Or Ollie Ollie, yeah.
Ollie Ollie World. Take a trip.
I haven't played Ollie Ollie yet. This was shown before? Oh, okay. I think I had it installed on my phone for the longest time and just
Baby Hopper, big deals on tiny wheels.
never tapped it for some reason. This was shown at Game Awards? Ah, okay. No, it says World Premiere. Clearly we haven't... Oh, wait, no, that's this one. This is World Premiere. No one's seen this ever.
Brothers and sisters,
Remember what Saber Interactive has done.
you're hearing my voice because we have reached a crossroads in this war.
Oh yeah, time shift. Rad.
We know now that no miracle is coming.
Snow Runner.
That simply surviving is a slow death.
Killing Floor. That's the big one I remember.
That we will not win by holding our ground.
Oh, World War Z? Alright.
Our ranks.
They seem pretty well equipped to make a World War Z game. Or just a zombie game.
And our weapons are loaded. We have initiated a new strategy in Kamchatka.
Our forces are prepared to take back Rome.
First one was a fun shooter with friends.
We will not.
Oh, it's already out? Man. Ah, excuse me.
There will be no retreat.
Yeah, game where you shoot zombies. They do it all with video games nowadays. Oh, there's big zombie, big angry zombie.
Today.
Man, what will they think of next? Do you think there's going to be a zombie that spits acid or something? That is cool key art, but it does look really similar to Left 4 Dead.
Back to IGN Expo.
I guess how else are you going to do it when it comes to zombies?
Now, you all just got a sneak
Josh Guy.
of Sifu
Thanks for
and
the
World
sub.
War Z Aftermath. among others. Now, I can ramble all day about how great those reveals were, but you know, why ramble when we got Bramble? Now, this upcoming game from Dim Frost Studio promises to take you deep within the dark and mysterious world of folklore.
I'm gonna guess all of IGN's writers
at Bramble
really wanted to be like write sketches. I'm so tired of all these blog posts. Just let me write some funny jokes, like rhyming ramble and bramble. This looks cool though. I'm down with this. Bramble me, baby. I'm trying to get to SNL, give him a break. There is that sort of, I feel like there's that trajectory that happens with when it comes to like writing about games. Is you want more than anything to be able to like do it, to get paid to do it. Sounds like the coolest thing in the world. And then you get to a point where you can't cover your bills with it, and then you realize that's about it. That's about it. There's not a whole lot of career growth behind blogging about video games, unfortunately. Yeah, then you realize it's also a really hard job. You just have to put in a lot of time. So then I think that's when it starts to be like, well, I'm a good writer though, so maybe I can write other things. Whoa, cool. That was rad. Yeah, I'll take that. That kind of, it's like spooky Unravel. I do, or like Little Nightmares. This is kind of what platformers are now. They gotta have like some kind of gimmick like that. I guess calling it a gimmick is strong, but Limbo likes? Yeah. A Limbo like. Our music's pretty good too. Dim Frost, huh?
I gotta say, Brian, Bramble, that was something. I'm all in on this one. You can definitely, from now on, call me a brambling man.
Yeah.
Call me a bramble.
Okay.
They sound like football
really
commentators.
Awesome. I just feel like you're really excited about the repeated stabbing thing. That seems like you're honing in on that specifically. You seem very into that.
Looks like a Mario clone.
It's got everything that you want in a solid video
Lazy
game.
dev, just copy Mario.
Awesome. I'm really excited for it, Brian. Just tell what do we have next? Because I'm super excited.
I was
man.
born a brambling man.
We gotta have something else.
And I'm gonna bramble all I can.
Well, you know, whatever's up next, I think maybe we should pivot and have something with like considerably less chest stabbing. Maybe something like a little bit more chill. You know, something kind of relaxing.
So you mean
it's
like,
not going to be relaxing, guys.
How about like
get ready for joke?
Skating with birds, like skatebirds.
Oh, okay, never mind. That is kind of relaxing, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's very, very specific, but that would be super chill. Yeah, let's do it. Skating birds, great.
Well, then you know what, Brian? I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna love this next game. Here comes skateboarding birds in Skatebird. Let's check it out.
Skatebird.
Skatebird.
Keep going. Okay, never mind. You could have done it at least 4 more times. That's the rule. Skatebird does look really cute, though. I follow the dev on Twitter because sometimes they'll just post GIFs of Skatebird, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I came here for. Skatebird! Yeah, I don't know, so this, speaking as somebody who had to spend a while to learn how to write for people who were speaking out loud and not for blogs, it's a different kind of writing. And I think you're sort of noticing that with the hosts, is they're working from a script with scripted jokes, and they're trying their best to sort of make them sound natural, but they're not written supernaturally. Or something, I don't know, man. Maybe there's just somebody with a dry erase board and they're just coming up with jokes on the fly and like holding it up, and they're trying to work it in as much as they can. Anyway, Skatebird. Pixels are back. It's true. Pixels might have left for a while, but they're back now. Oh, that's a sweet trick! Ooh! Landed into a manual. L'Emanuel.
Wow, what a day. Well, that's all the time we have here on IGN Expo.
Wait,
I want to thank my
the fake ending.
I want to thank my...
Brian, hold on. Wait, are you insane, man? We're only halfway through. What are you doing?
Oh, wow. Well, this event is stacked with even more exclusive reveals.
Also, yeah, Micah's peaking a little bit.
I could have reasonably anticipated.
Too much gamer energy.
Very well said, my friend. And we'll be right back with even more right after this break. So stick around and keep being part
for real.
Of gaming.
So we are 28 minutes into their expo, and they've cut to commercial twice. Wait, hold on. They're still bantering.
When I was a kid, but I'm okay with it now. It only took about 60 years to get cool with that. But I want to thank the guy.
IGN Summer of Gaming is powered by
All right. Time for another ad break, I guess. I gotta admit, they're in. I mean, some of the games look cool. I guess I thought maybe that there would be more Jeff Keighley world premieres. Don't you hate it when your controller has no batteries? Hey, buy some batteries and play with batteries in your controller. IGN Summer of Gaming 2021. Buy some batteries. I feel like I need batteries now. No, I got rechargeables. So sorry, Duracell. Is this a world premiere? No. Batteries, what are those? See, Mr. Hammerbush, again, great name. This is a point of contention I've had with people for a while. You've hit on a nerve, sir. People, understandably, seem to regard internal rechargeable batteries as the future. I submit, however, that they are not. Because if an internal rechargeable is dead, you got to plug it in. Granted, it's not that hard. You know, you can either plug it into the wall, you can stretch a cord across your floor, you could even use a battery pack. But you know what's even more versatile? It's a controller with a battery bay that you can put a rechargeable pack into if you want, or you can use your own batteries. So you don't have to plug it in. Let's say that your batteries are gone. You just swap out the batteries. Just swap them out. Boom, you're back to full. No cord, no nothing. It takes like 20 seconds. So consider that. Consider the function space. Don't get fooled by the deception of having no like plastic port to slide off the back. I actually do think that controller profiles is a bit thicker with batteries. It does seem like we're at the point now where an internal battery can be flatter and like wider. It can carry the same milliamps in a different kind of shape. So I think Xbox controllers are a bit fatter than, well, I could be wrong about that, than DualSenses, but I do think battery tech will eventually probably make it so that internals are 100% better. But what is this promo for? Is it Pokemon? Nope, it's just more IGN stuff. Okay. Don't you like Pokemon and Marvel? IGN. What would IGN be without other people doing what they do? I mean, that's me too. Heaven forbid I actually have to make something original for once. It's just interesting to see the entire, like... It's like industry will fill any gap. I guess that's the power of capitalism. Ah, we're back.
Anthony Franco's Pizzeria in Paramus, New Jersey. Really good, really garlic knots, really, is what a lot
Yes, that's right, Brian. Well, you know what? Welcome back. This is still the summer of gaming, and you found yourself knee-deep
is that
in
whole
IGN
is the bit that crossed
Expo.
it.
Yes, we
Chief
are
the Sack Master, thanks for the resub. Oh yeah, G Fuel code.
Right here on IGN.
I'm gonna be king hypocrite.
Healthy and moving.
Ooh.
You know, I just really love unpacking heavy crap.
To allow me to piggyback off of IGN's show to sell you G Fuel at 30% off.
Simulator and Teardown. Well, keep an eye out in our next set of trailers for Unpacking. Probably the best unpacking simulator.
Yeah, 20% on cans. Thank you, Judo Skunk.
Sure. Yeah.
They don't do 30% off on the cans for some reason. I think it's just because they cost more to ship or something.
I think they're going to be most excited about the unpacking one, though.
Okay. You know what? Well, fine. Well, let's unpack all the trailers, not just the unpacking one, right now.
Okay. Yeah, ads within ads. Ads are ads. Ads are content, baby. That's what Devolver told us. More games in the 90s. That's how you know that people are getting old. That's kind of, okay, so this is an interesting idea. Showing the passage of time through the profile and types of gadgets that you have. The day when you move out of a space and the day you move into a space are like interesting days to try to recollect. If you're going to drop an ad like a shill, make sure it's at least 12 seconds long so it gives me more time to vent at it. Well, I could just hit it twice. I do try to make them short. Just drop it there for people who are interested. That looked cute. I would check that out. It feels like there is actually kind of a subtext.
Hi, and welcome to a very quick sneak peek look at 2 Point Campus. If you're not familiar with two-point
Aesthetic
games,
the game, yeah.
think fun simulation management with a very particular two-point twist.
In campus, you'll get to design and run your very own university.
But rather than boring courses, we're giving you the opportunity to teach your students very unusual classes, like night school.
In this one, you'll be teaching your students heraldry, chivalry, jousting, and how to walk around.
Night school. That's cute.
Here we're building the training area.
This has like,
respective
it
nights.
feels very British.
We watched a ton of live streams.
I guess maybe the voice is giving it away,
Saw
but
what people were buying.
something about the sense of humor there is just so goofy. I never played Two Point Hospital.
Outside.
I really need to check it out. It seems so goofy and so fun.
And place trees and pathways.
Here you can see some of our night school students warming up with some practice dummies. If they can nail their classes, they'll get themselves straight A's. But if they don't
Brits love their whimsy. They do.
Teachers, great equipment,
dry whimsy, I think.
They may fail.
The lack of moisture is important because otherwise it's Borderlands. And that's a little like my ribs get sore because they get elbowed so much when I'm playing Borderlands. Like, ow, stop it! I get it.
A free in-game item when the game launches. Lovely.
I'm in. Just got the pun on night school. Yes. Yeah. I remember somebody telling me they had like they were pitching a series called Night School. That was, you know, knights going to school. Is this an ad? I guess it's all an ad. Whatever. The robot is depressed in Borderland. Sad robot. Have you ever seen something so crazy as a sad robot? I always wondered what the late 2010s was going to sound like, and it's this. It's the tit-tit-tit-tit plus like a big orchestra hit. Or a big horn hit. Wham, wham, teet-tit-tit-tit, boom, wham. Give it 10 years. Everybody will be nostalgic for it. We're selling arcade cabinets now? Yeah. That's been a business for a while.
Salve, friend.
Hey, Mr. Clean? What the?
Many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
This reminds me of a puzzle game I played on
telling me who you are.
Game Pass for some reason.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life.
Somebody in this city is about to break the golden rule.
Some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do.
Oh. Numa? Yeah, it was Numa. I kept thinking Penumbra, and I'm like, it's not Penumbra.
Can I count on you to figure out who's
it's like
to break the golden rule?
Weird Roman sun-based puzzle game. Kind of reminded me of
How is it that you've just arrived
Turing Test.
here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? Salve, friend. I'm Galerius.
Okay. That comes out in like a month. Neat. I want to talk to Mr. Clean. Nevendar.
A hero rises, torn between two worlds, yet part of none. It's your fate to free Nevendar.
Cool. This seems like a classic experience. Oh, never mind.
Disciples
we got hexes now.
Brings tactical turn-based battles into a dark fantasy strategy RPG.
All right.
Find your place in
I mean, I'm in the middle of playing through Subspace, so I don't know that I necessarily need to pick up another tactical RPG. Gotta unlock all the, you know, extra
Use your
content.
legacy to battle your foes, find loyal companions, and form a powerful...
Kind of like Pyre? I mean, Pyre was real time. Another XCOM? Not even that, really. Because there aren't really maps. It's just it seems like you're fighting in the same arena the whole time. You just level up your characters and stuff.
Define us.
There's an overworld, which is kind of interesting. I guess there's a world exploration scenario where you can recruit different characters. It's just Heroes of Might and Magic? Seems like it, yeah. I have never played a Heroes of Might and Magic game. I think I played a demo for one once, and that was about it. It's one of those series I just don't have a lot of working knowledge about. Disciples Liberation. Okay.
Soon to your PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
I'm going to try very hard to remember that name.
Disciples Liberation, Unpacking, and before that was The Forgotten City, and also Unpacking.
Yeah, there's a lot of unpacking there.
Did Unpacking pay for like a triple mention?
Our next game made waves when it was first announced 3 years
Disciples
ago.
Liberation.
I've heard a ton from the team lately. Now, with that said, the little fox who stars in this Zelda-ish indie title,
ooh, Tunic,
looks just as cute.
Akeem, I am so excited about
Disciples
this
Liberation.
Let's check in with Tunic.
I like that shirt. I like both their shirts. These guys are looking great.
It's been a darling of the gaming scene for several years now, and that's been its one and only problem. It's been quite a while since we first saw it.
I feel like it's weird that I can hear his goatee when he talks.
The same demo has been making the rounds for many moons, but one-man developer Andrew Scholdice's absolutely adorable fox and his Zelda-like adventure is
I'm excited for this game, though.
ready, and we got an exclusive hands-on with the all-new E3 2021 demo that's coming to your Xbox.
I just hope it's not, or it's not short. Yeah.
5 reasons
Who
why
knows?
this charming fox needs to be on your radar.
Oh, that's very IGN.
Tunic's old demo didn't really make it clear how
Here's 5 reasons. Yeah, I played the demo in 2019, I think. So man, they've been working on it for a while. But I am thinking about like Link's Awakening. I beat that in like 8 hours, maybe 9, which is weird because it took me months when I was a kid.
To a giant bone monster that, try as I might with every power-up I could find in the demo, like ice bombs and sticks of dynamite, I could not bring down.
Sounds tough, bro. Oh.
I presume I'll be more powerful later on in the full game to come back and conquer it, but the demo
I forgot this existed. Yeah.
going to be places
I kind of forgot it too.
go yet.
And then I was like, I saw the logo for like the demo booth and I was like, is that? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Fox Zelda. Okay. Which I imagine the developers probably hears that all the time. She's like, yeah, it's Fox Zelda, whatever. Just play the game.
Who the heck is this fox? What is going on in this world? What does the in-game language mean? And
So wait, in their list of 5, number 2 is, I don't know what's going on.
Modeled after old school video game instruction manuals and strategy guides.
I mean, it's modeled after the Legend of Zelda
The added
strategy
sense
guide,
of
right?
mystery and intrigue that Tunic brings that it absolutely doesn't need to. The gameplay would be just as fun and the presentation just as compelling without them, but they're there, and they make me want to play more to uncover the answers.
It's like specifically modeled after the original Legend of Zelda. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Like any good Zelda-style game, there are secrets hiding all over the place if you look carefully enough. Scholdice very
That's cute. I don't remember looking at that.
Spoil any of them for you before you have a chance to play the demo.
It's got secrets.
So I'll just say this. Put yourself in a Zelda mindset, and you'll probably have some good ideas of where to look. Scholdice told me that there are 6 secret items hidden in the demo, which means there are certainly plenty more to discover in the full game as well.
Okay. I like the protagonist design. Yeah, he's cute.
New demo makes
Waddling. Dee 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 dee. I like his tiny little stubby legs.
Tunic in just one sitting. The one dungeon here has plenty of layers to it, and while you can save your progress at various
A little like tuft of hair bouncing around is a cute touch too.
monsters. So there will be a constant tug of war between taking risks to progress and playing it safe.
Is it on Switch? Good question.
There are environmental shortcuts that open up as you go, meaning that if you die, and believe me, you will die, respawning at the last save point means you won't have to or fight everything all over again in order to get where you're going. But this world is clearly
Xbox One, Windows, Mac OS, Mac. Yeah, that's it. No Switch, which is weird because it does look like a slam dunk as a Switch game.
Looks and sounds beautiful. The simplistic
It's like a furry Zelda Dark Souls. I mean, Zelda itself is like Dark Souls, the original anyway. Breath of the Wild, kind of.
Vibe to the gameplay.
But yeah, it does look like a Switch game, doesn't it? It's got that Switch aesthetic. Maybe they'll get there after they get the game out.
The audio and visual departments in a way that gives it a wholly unique look and feel. I absolutely love it.
Oh, Captain, shut up. Jeez, you and your opinions. You're gonna tell me the original Legend of Zelda is not like Dark Souls?
Not only ping on your upcoming game radar, but rocket up towards the top of your wish list in the process. While Shouldice still hasn't given a concrete release date for Tunic, there's more reason than ever to believe that 2021 is finally the year. For more on Tunic, don't miss more gameplay from the old demo, and for everything else in the world of video games,
oh, Dark Souls is like original Zelda. Oh, I see. I took exception to the order. That makes more sense then.
So don't go anywhere. Right now, we've got 6, count them, 6 fresh trailers loaded up like a blast cartridges in a laser pistol aimed at the heart of your boredom. Because I know y'all get bored. Yeah.
Wow,
the music, it's funny because the music is telegraphing boredom. I think I get it though.
Really dark.
It only took me until just now that they're going for a tiki vibe.
Anyway, our first trailer
with the music
I know
and then the shirts.
Loves Saint Ranger things. Following the adventures of Saint Ranger, the only Texas Ranger to ever be sainted.
Well, Brian, actually, I'm gonna have to poke a couple of holes in your cloud here, my boy. It actually that's a typo. It says Stranger Things.
Oh no, that's not a typo. I just can't read. Well, anyway, let's see what the Stranger Things or Saint Ranger Things team are doing in the world of Smite.
Didn't even do the meme right. Joke's on you. I'm illiterate. Well, whatever. Dropping my lens cap. I think I need a fidget cube because I keep just playing with my lens cap. Yeah. It's a cool track, I guess. It's a neat logo. We get 6 trailers, so drink them in. This is number 5. And I guess it's... Oh, wait. Portal game? That's cool. Did this just come out or something? Oh, it came out in 2018. Never mind. That's not the right game. There's multiple slipstreams. I like the idea of trying to work portals into a competitive shooter. Nice. Dab on them. That's what I like to see. Dab on the haters. I'll check this out. Splitgate. Okay, it's not Slipstream or what did I think of? Disciples Liberation. I think I got it. Streets of Rage 4 again? Or DLC or something? Alright, Splitgate, Arena Warfare. Oh wait, it came out in 2019. Wait, what? It's already free to play. It's got really good reviews too. Huh. Oh, that's right. There's like challenge DLC. All right, that's number 3. We're halfway there. We're halfway back to hearing some good jokes. Pixels. Hey, Marzard. Welcome. What did I miss? Anything interesting show up? There's been a few cool-looking games. Was it Prime Matter? The new label from Koch Brothers? Koch Media? Had a couple of cool games, but they all look real early, so they're like more than a year away, I would guess. Yeah, the horror game Bramble looked really neat. Just saw a trailer for a free-to-play game called Splitgate that I wasn't even aware of. It looks really fun. Let's see what else. There's been some good stuff. It's nothing that's just like a, knock your dick off Elden Ring banger kind of thing, but Even Elden Ring, like, I was really glad to see it, but it didn't just, like... It didn't rattle my brain. Core Keeper? That looks cute. Like, co-op. Kind of like a... It's kind of like a... What is it? Starbound, but from the other... Like, it's not a side, it's top-down. Or the other one that's not Starbound. Terraria. There we go. Top-down Terraria. That's the one. You got there way before I did. This kind of reminds me of Rock of Ages. Or like Castle Storm. I love mixed media, or like using mixed medium as video game assets. I really liked Hylix for that reason, and Fantasian. Inculinati. All right. That seems like it's worth checking out just for the aesthetic and animation style. Musical auto battler? I like everything about that phrase, I think. Okay. So it's kind of like Fuser, but a competitive card game. Fuser except better. It's like Fuser except more of a video game concept. Except I didn't play Fuser like at all. That's a cool idea. I would like to check that out. Card battle RPG, yeah. I wonder if the gameplay itself is rhythm based, or if you just play cards whenever you want.
I can't wait for that one. That's actually being produced in part by The Living Tombstone, and we've got an exclusive music video from those guys you can check out over on IGN's YouTube channel.
You know, if IGN Expo were a battle of the bands, this would be the brief window between
this is gonna be a good joke here.
Plays
it's gonna be a fun joke.
You can go buy an overpriced drink and use the bathroom and make a pee-pee.
You know what? Fortunately, you can still watch ads in the bathroom from your phone or your laptops. So take it to the toilet, y'all. Summer of Gaming continues after this quick break.
The joke was a grown man saying pee-pee.
Don't do that. That's weird.
Come on.
What,
keep it going, fellas. You just keep bantering.
It's eBay. I'm trying to win something.
This is all good stuff. This is all great. Keep it going.
Get a new NFT.
What are you trying to win the auction for, grossest dude? Because you already won. Haha. Catch.
That's great. Keep it going. Oh no. Okay, we're cutting. We're cutting.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by USAA Insurance and Army National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while you serve. Reach your greatest potential with Army National Guard. And by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War, exclusively on Prime Video July 2nd. And powered by Duracell Optimum, the official battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2020.
It took all of this money to bring you a grown man saying pee-pee into a microphone. This is the power of sponsorship money.
IGN on social media. What are you waiting for?
Who's getting paid for this? Who's getting paid for this? I want to know who. Where's all this money going? Because I want to know what it's being spent on. Did battery money turn into like a new sports car for somebody?
And a whole lot more.
Execs? Yeah, like there's always that generic execs. Surely there are executives out there. Who are they? I don't know that there are many IGN execs. Are they? Are there? Maybe? Where does it go? Like above the... That company is extremely opaque to me above any of the like people who actually make the content and have their names on things. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. John IGN's hydrofoil, yeah. His hydroponic vegetable lab, his offshore food production facility. He's getting ready for the apocalypse.
In a world with non-stop news about
still not, okay. We're just plugging more IGN stuff. I forgot IGN was a thing since the last advert. Yeah, that's the other concern is that if the show is only an hour and they didn't have enough promo material to fill, Maybe it's like they would absolutely only feature you if you paid for a spot. Because they could fill an hour, but they're using a lot of it for self-promo and for like host banter. Well, maybe not a lot. It's not really that much in terms of runtime. But you'd think the real estate would come at more of a premium than that. That like, rather than running, you know, pre-made network idents and stuff like this, they would actually have show content or at least sponsored segments that they were running. Oh, it's weird. Oh yeah, esports. Man, I remember when all you had to do was say the word esports and people would throw money at you. Oh, here we go. We're back.
IGN Expo, part of IGN Summer of Gaming.
A whole summer of gaming, and we're dishing up hot trailers and plenty of them. Barbecue, summertime, sand, the beach, kissing under the boardwalk. All the summer stuff you love and crave. That
Gamers don't kiss anyone.
Coming up next, we've got trailers for a
Heads.
Metroidvania puzzle
Are
game.
esports really going to blow up? They already did.
And a game where you finally get to fight Louis the 16th's robot army. I hate them.
That's insane, man. You know, and we got many more on top of all of that.
That's insane.
I mean, these developers are really, really freaking creative.
What was that tweet?
Let's check them out.
I can't believe I hit you with the third "that's crazy" and you're still talking. Oh, that's crazy. That's insane,
That
man.
weird woman we saw when we played in the woods. She has a crooked nose with a yucky wart. It's just the long grey hair that makes her look old. But she's pretty young, actually.
She like owns this.
a black kitty. She built herself a shelter out of wood and pieces of old cloth. I think it was standing on a chicken leg. It's made of gingerbread.
Oh, fake face. Thank you for the sub.
Candy. And a lot of icing. Or bones. She cooks in a big black cauldron over the fire. Probably bats. Spiders. Mushrooms.
$5 say they mentioned one of the Paul brothers before the show is over. I think that might actually be a little too spicy for them.
All of that was real.
Everything about them seems pretty safe and clean so far.
Even if it wasn't
And some of the Paul brothers could be problematic.
It certainly is now.
Oh, that was cool. That was a fun little transition.
Am I seeing things? Or did she have a hunting bow?
Magic Pants. Thanks for the sub. It's like a rhythm archery game. I like this trend. And like BPM and stuff like that. Consider me intrigued. Consider me intrigued, Blacktail. That's really interesting logo work though. It's very Pac-Man. And these logos are very like very early 80s sort of pixelated enemies. Like very Atari. That logo has got me real curious because that game didn't have any of that. What was the name of that game? Disciples Analogy. Disciples Deliverance. Disciples, it starts with an A? Oh no.
We fight.
Disciples
Our limits.
Legacy.
What are yours?
Liberation. Okay. Damn it, I lost it! Oh, it only took like 15 minutes.
Culling them to this fool's.
Wait, is this Dead Cells? This looks straight up like Dead Cells.
Dream of becoming Soren.
Maybe not quite.
The immortals of Killshore will stop
This looks cool.
to preserve their
The sprite work looks really small. They're shockingly tiny on screen. Oh, Death's Gambit is the name of this. It has some of that flash animation vibe of like Salt and Sanctuary.
so easily broken.
Oh.
Continue to feed into this cycle of death.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see Silk Song.
Doesn't deserve to fade.
That looks rad.
You remember our deal, don't you?
2D Souls from Adult Swim. All right. Okay, so it's like a re-release or a. I guess the original's already out. Yeah, Blasphemy. I like that guy. Classic Tiny build. What have they been up to? What's up, Zero Beam? That's right, we're just hanging out, soaking in the E3 waves, munching on them vibes, video game vibes, and unimpeachable host chemistry and top-tier humor. It's still going to be announced at the Nintendo E3? I doubt it. Maybe? Maybe? Sometimes Nintendo does put together some promotional deals with indie games, so I could see them having like a segment where they spend like 30 seconds on a bunch of indies that they've partnered with. Yeah, Owlboy 2. Owler Boy. Neglecting the obvious Owl Man. Owl Son. Huh. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's almost like Escape the Gungeon. With some like flight combat. Huh. Owlboy 2 Guardians of Ga'Hoole. That was a Zack Snyder movie, wasn't it? I heard that like the owl combat in that movie is pretty rad because it's Zack Snyder. Disciples Liberation. Oh, now they're sad about killing every living thing they see? No, never mind. Ah! So I guess you disembark your warship to get resources and stuff to build up your guns, maybe? Okay, neat. I'd like to check that out. It's coming pretty soon too. Whew, that was difficult. Ah, Petty.
There's no chance.
They were too many, too strong, and made of steel.
Uh-oh. Doth I detect yon steampunk?
We were slaughtered.
Milady.
The machines wouldn't even let me flee.
Put on thine finest leather cap and let us play Dungeons and Dragons at ye olde IHOP. Oh boy. There's a Victorian combat cyborg lady that you play as. Rad. She's got combat fans. All right. Cool. Steel Rising. I'm in. Je suis robot. Reminds me of Robo Geisha. That's a sweet concept. 1789 is not Victorian though. I don't know. It's all steampunk to me. Nerd stuff. Oh wait, that was being made by spiders? No way. That makes me really excited for it. I missed the logo. Alright, neat. Neato.
You just saw trailers for Blacktail, Black Skylands, Still Rising, and Unbound Worlds Apart.
And Disciples Liberation.
The last one, the demo, right now on your Nintendo Switch.
Got it.
And it's all a part of IGN Expo.
Hey, Talpri.
IGN Summer of Gaming. Brand new
Thank you,
trailers
and
and
welcome.
reveals exclusively at IGN.
Yes, and in case 4 new game reveals wasn't enough for you, we have plenty more to come. And in the past, actually. That's right, y'all. Y'all need to understand. We're living in the middle of a vast time stream of trailers right now. Can you see them, Brian? Can you see the trailers? They're all around us right now, bro.
I can, Akeem, and that's because I hit my head earlier this morning. So yes, we've got 4 more game trailers to unveil, and we're going to do that without further ado while I make sure my friend Akeem here is okay.
Oh, yes, I see them, Brian. The trailers, they're everywhere.
Yeah, you definitely hit your head too.
They're just having fun. They're just having fun, I guess. Oh, tapes. Old things. Didn't I see this yesterday?
Is like gravity. We are constantly falling forward without noticing it.
Back to Sweet Patty.
But then, it all stopped for me.
Lesbian indie game. You won't know it's a lesbian indie game until the end.
It's been a while.
She just smooches her.
I think. And I am still unsure why I am talking to you when I am clearly the only one listening.
Powerful body language. They're gonna be the gameplay or nah?
I guess.
And then I think you're looking at it.
Well, you are still stuck.
Man.
If you are starting to lose it, please don't.
I'm making this game. It's got a fixed camera. It's in 1993 France.
I'm counting on you.
You walk around. Oh, there's combat. So maybe more like survival horror then? This seems like crazy old school survival horror. Yeah, with like environmental puzzles and probably really, really janky combat. I'd check it out. I'd check it out. That doesn't seem so bad. Life is Resident Evil, yeah. Silent Hill, but not so intense. Let's back off a little bit. Silent Hill, but way more chill. Vibes more chill.
Yes, Julia? Martha's not here. So could I hear the story of the White Lady?
Exclusive.
But you always find that story scary.
Yes, Nanny. But I'm with you. So I know nothing can hurt me.
Oh, it reminds me of that weird survival horror you played with the horrible pedophile. Yeah. What is it? The Suicide of Emily Forrester.
Who would often stroll by a lake.
Disciples Liberation.
One day, in a fit of jealousy, the man drowned the young woman. Too much love brought.
Did you ever play Greedfall? I didn't. No.
How can love also be so bad?
This is something you will learn with age, Poppet.
Oh, Severity 95. Thanks for the Prime sub.
The man confessed. So he was hanged in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed his beloved. They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, the spirit of the girl, known as the White Lady, wanders restlessly in search of relief from her eternal.
Is this live E3 coverage? Yes.
Only the life.
We are watching IGN's E3 Expo live. That's rad.
That's always terrible.
Looking at all of their exclusive
I'll
trailers.
never get used to it.
I have played Soma.
Used to that kind of pain,
yes. Soma's story changed me too. Well, maybe it didn't change me. I've spent a long time dabbling in the existential dread of my own mind, but
a dark ritual.
Soma's one of those games where, like, if somebody hasn't really examined themselves and their consciousness, playing Soma will make you do that.
Or she may not.
At least you have something to think on? Yeah. Oh, that seems fun. Martha is dead, like Emily is away. Yeah, no, Wandering Yorin, you're 100% right. Me and rumination go hand in hand. It's what I was born to do. So, Soma meant a lot to me, but if you're not, if you don't enjoy introspecting, or if you don't enjoy having, like, some basic assumptions about your life and consciousness challenged. All right. Is this another space combat game? Holy cow. We went like 10 years without a single one of these being made, and now there's like, seems like multiple of them coming out in an individual year. This looks cool. Space games used to be able to get away with a lot of technological wizardry because there weren't that many polygons, really. It was just the ships. So you could get away with a lot of like lighting effects and stuff. I'm kind of used to space games looking outrageous, but then nobody bought them, so. Ah! Yeah. God. Oh, okay. It's not a bad name either. That looks neat.
The catastrophe of 1986 was a great gift for humanity. One of the greatest.
Oh, it was next gen only? Good stuff. We tried EDF World Brothers yet? I have. Yeah, I played it a couple times. We've been playing it on Tuesday nights. I don't know if we're going to do that this coming Tuesday, but... Have you had a Canopy Break in Elite yet? No. I have not. I haven't done a whole lot of combat in Elite. That would be terrifying.
Don't you understand? I need you.
What are you saying?
How does it compare to normal EDF? The fundamentals is still pretty there. I would say that this is going to make a lot of sense because it was made by the same devs, but Iron Rain is probably the closest point of comparison. It's not quite as locked together as like EDF 5. But it's fun, and it offers roughly the same experience. The brother recruitment aspect is a little different, and it takes a while to understand the progression mechanics or the progression system of the game, but it does make sense eventually.
If you truly want to find me.
But it's fun. It's fun co-op action. I'm gonna be honest, like when they said it was gonna be voxel based, I was like, that's perfect. Then you can do like voxel based destruction of buildings and enemies, except it doesn't do that. It's just voxel visualized, but it's not a voxel based game, which is a bummer. I was looking forward to that. Of like realistically blowing chunks off of buildings and having them collapse and all the like voxels dismantle and stuff.
Take everything you have. Your wits, your strength, your plan, your companion's loyalty, everything.
Lower enemy density versus EDF 5. No, there's still a good amount of enemies. It's just not that hard. Chernobylite. Neat.
You know what?
Spooky walking sim.
Fantastic show full of great new games to look forward to. I'm hyped for each and every one of them. Now, we just saw new gameplay footage from Broken Pieces, Martha is Dead, Haunted Space, and Chernobylite. Now, I'm personally looking forward to Sifu, since Absolver was a really unique game.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm personally looking forward to Bramble because I have some deep-seated issues with my dad that I need to work out.
Zing!
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you say mom? It was not a whatever.
I think we went for like all killer, no filler this year with these trailers, which means you barely had to hear from us two. So you're welcome for that. And don't forget, y'all, E3 coverage starts tomorrow.
That's right. And if you're just joining us, sorry you missed the entire show. Your clock is broken or something. Sort it out. But yes, Summer of Gaming continues tomorrow with the Ubisoft Forward Conference. So be sure to join us all as we break down the biggest reveals all E3 long.
Not to mention conferences from Square Enix, Xbox and Bethesda, and Nintendo Direct.
Well, this is useful, because I will be streaming all of this. We're still in pre-E3 territory, technically. E3 technically starts tomorrow, even though Jeff Keighley got a jump on everything.
Mario in your sunshine.
Swilhoit. Thank you for the Prime.
Really weird, but that was also sweet.
Yeah, pre-3.
I love
it's a fun week.
Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. You're awesome, and goodbye.
Take care, y'all.
Thank you.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by...
Man, I won't say it. There's no need for me to. Bagels, thank you for the sub. And yeah, so let's take a look at what's coming up, because this is basically it in my stream today too. I have a haircut to get, but after the haircut, I'm gonna come back and stream more because I got Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ratchet and Clank, and I'm really excited to play both of those. Verbose Toast, thank you for the sub. It's a fan of my insight and articulate delivery. Yeah, I do have a gift with words, don't I? I think I can just remember big ones. For some reason, I'm good at remembering SAT words. #1 media brand for games and entertainment. Yeah. I should have looked at that chat more. That would have been fun. Anyway, so tonight I'm going to be streaming some games. I got MediaTek tonight too. If you like watching random clips of stuff, I might have enough to make an E3 themed MediaTek, but I may not. So we'll see how that works out. Tomorrow is when things kick off for real, though. Let's see here. We got the Guerrilla Collective at 8 a.m. Oh my gosh, I have to wake up early for that. But yeah, a lot of indie games at the Guerrilla Collective. Ubisoft Forward starts at noon. Devolver Direct starts at 1:30, which I'm super excited for. And then Gearbox Entertainment is doing a presentation too. It's probably going to be a lot of Wonderlands. I do like Gearbox, and they do some cool stuff. I don't know that I want to see that much Wonderland. Yeah, all these times are Pacific. Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, I'll be back in like, see, haircuts at 3. I'll be back in like 3 hours or so on this channel with just normal gameplay, shooting the breeze. When we get another curated music playlist MediaTek. Yeah, maybe Monday, maybe Friday. I don't know. Any old time. But yeah, tomorrow's when the real conferences get in there, and that's when I'm gonna have the drinking rules. Let me pop those on real quick. So here are my rules for this year. It's anytime you hear world premiere, anytime you hear the phrase these blank times, or anytime there's a video segment that's not really about a video game, and it's more about highlighting social issues or talking about social issues. So those are my 2021 E3 drinking rules. World premiere really killed me during Jeff Keighley's conference, which was intended. I don't know how much I'm going to hear it in other conferences, so we'll see. We'll see. Didn't want to go for anytime you hear hype. I mean, presenters don't tend to say that unless they're, I guess, IGN hosts. Hype and epic. Oh, Grilled Cheese Daddy, thank you for the reset. Drinking with others or just you this year? Just me until Monday, because Bruce is actually hosting Twitch Gaming's E3 show. So I'm going to be doing it myself Saturday and Sunday, and then me and Bruce are going to pair up for Monday and Tuesday, which is, let's see, your Monday has Take-Two Interactive, Freedom Games, and Capcom, while Tuesday has Nintendo's Direct and then Bandai Namco. So, you know, it's kind of later on in the E3 thing. Is Kraken joining you guys? We extended the offer to him. I don't know if he's going to have time or not. He's got his own thing going on too, but he's certainly welcome. And I hope he drops by. I just like crushing some brews and talking about some video games. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get hammered with you guys over the next couple of days, and then Monday and Tuesday I'll be at Bruce's place, and we'll be lighting it up from there. My liver's just got to make it a couple of days, easy enough. So I'll be back again later with some more PlayStation 5 video games that I'm lucky enough to have. Smug, and I'll see you guys then. And if not, have a great weekend. And yeah, Media Tech later. So see you then. Bye everybody.